It's all about ultimate love today. Yes, I love love. So
keep it away from me.
I love love too.
I love love. So I watched Ultimate Love. It's far from BBN, Big Brother Nigeria, for those who don't know. And a couple, they appeared in the house, Ike and Teresa. They were having a conversation. Yes, they were having a conversation about prenups and keeping last names. So she was asking the guy that she was not asking. She was saying, I would love to keep my last name, so my father's name, her father's name, and her husband's name. So the guy was like, he wouldn't like that. He doesn't buy the idea that what doesn't make any sense. That did her mom keep her own last name? So the guy was going behind. He now went around and says, oh, okay, so how about we having a prenup?
I don't like the fact where I am my boyfriend or my spouse will be having a conversation and you drag my family, my mom, my dad into the conversation. First of all, it's very disrespectful. One, they are not your mates. Two, they didn't give birth to you. Three, they're still my parents.
He was just trying to compare, I think.
If you want to have a conversation with me, let it be a personal affair and not a family business. If you're asking me if I want to keep my father's name and if I'm going to do prenup, it should be our conversation and not bringing my father or my mother into the conversation. I find that very disrespectful. Then secondly, I am not, what do I need my father's name for? I'm going for a prenup, man.
Okay. First off, shall we all agree? In fact, you don't even need to agree with me, I will speak my mind. That the guy was just being extremely petty by saying, if you keep your father's name, we're going to have a prenup. Like, what's the correlation? How father's name, prenup, as in, bros, how far? But then, anyways, I had to actually go. First off, can we give like the perfect definition of prenup? For those who don't know what prenup is and like, okay, what is prenup? I am actually Madam Definition, and I always come through for
all right. So
anyways, a prenuptial agreement, prenup for short, is a written contract created by two people before they are married. A prenup typically lists all the property each person owns, as well as any debts, and specifics what each person's property right will be after marriage. Now, moving on. For those who don't know, prenup doesn't only cover divorce; it also covers in a case of death, maybe one partner or one spouse dies and all of that. So it's not just. So now, moving on. Why are you bringing up father's name and and prenup? Now, I'm going to give you origin because I always give facts. I'll give you origin of last name and how last name came about. Yeah. Now, last name, according to my research, last name started. It was a thing that really began in the 9th century, and it actually started happening because it was a woman actually leaving her father's house and it was transfer of property. Yeah. That was how it came to be. Back then, it was transfer of property from your family, from your father's family to the husband's family. Now, you saying a woman is a property?
Adasa.
Full man.
Adasa.
Yes.
Would you pick your father's name? Drop your father's name?
I'm keeping my father's name.
Adasa, where are you from? The last time you will not cook. Now you will not drop your father's name.
Okay.
Hello?
First off, you need to stop bringing up this cooking.
No, because I don't know. Are you going to marry a Nigerian?
Look,
if you're going to marry a Nigerian,
I didn't say. Disclaimer, I didn't say I don't cook. I said I don't enjoy cooking, and cooking is a survival skill. I feel like I have to repeat this thing.
Okay, sorry, she said it's a survival skill, so it's not by force to cook. So, madam,
I will keep my father's name, and it's not like I'm not going to take my husband's last name. I'm not going to take his last name.
So which name are you going to take?
Like his name.
That's his first name.
His name, last name, like his.
That's his first name.
His first name.
So I don't think that's something to debate.
Are you the one to decide that, or your husband is to decide that, or you guys to come in an agreement?
I mean, this is my name. That's changing your name from your father's name to your husband's name. That's a lot of paperwork. First of all.
Like a whole lot, bro.
Especially when I just renewed my passport. Like, just for me to go and change. Like, oh, sorry, I just got married. Let me not call his name.
So what if your husband wants to travel and you get to the airport and they say you can't travel with him because you're using your father's name? Let's start from there.
Why?
Hey.
Why?
Actually,
why?
Your eyes will open when you get to the airport. They say you're Mr. and Mrs. John, Popola, whatever.
What's the big deal with Mr.
You,
We are married. We have proof that we're married.
Marriage certificate.
So
but you're bearing different names.
It doesn't matter.
Oh, get to
It
the embassy and
doesn't.
tell them that it does not matter. Then you
It
understand that you're
doesn't
never going
matter.
anywhere.
It doesn't. And then you're telling me because I'm keeping my father's name, you're gonna bring up like a prenup, whatever, so we can sign.
Prenuptial agreement.
Yeah, dude, that's petty.
But if you had an option to choose, which of them would you choose?
Why do I have to
Why do I
choose
have to
the
choose?
question? Like, no,
Because
really.
it was during the conversation, it was like you pick which
That
of
is
them,
why
right?
I'm saying,
Yeah, it
like,
was-
we
Would
have,
you go for this or you will go for
we
that?
have made this marriage thing like so many unnecessary conditions. Why is the name okay, first off, did we get married? Yes. Did I sign the dotted lines? Yes. Does my name make me any less committed to you? No. Like, I feel like if people actually really know the origin of last names and all of that. Now, moving on, I'm going to really read this. Historically, a person's surname was not even considered all that important in the early medieval England. Reason why people started going all, last
England,
name, last
not
name.
Nigeria.
Where did all of this come from in the first place? If it wasn't for colonization, where did all of this come from in the first place?
But you were saying something about, okay, for you, I'm sure you would take your father's name. And
Actually, one of the reasons I'm actually keeping my father's name is because my parents are late, and it's somewhat of a way for me to honor them. But still, at the end of the day, what does it matter?
What does it also matter? To not drop your
last name.
father's
My
name.
name is my identity.
big deal.
Actually, it is my identity.
so how will somebody identify you that you are married
also,
to
how
this
does
man?
somebody identify my husband that is married
identify
to me?
me as Balogun for how long?
For God knows when.
Since you've known me, right?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you want to start identifying me as my husband's name. I want to keep.
Because you are married to him. Where are you both from? Are you Nigerian?
It doesn't mean I have to take his name.
So you know, she said something about
So why are you getting
identification.
married? If you don't
Exactly.
take your husband's name.
Why am I getting married?
If you don't want to have your husband's
So you're
name,
getting married.
I'm not saying that's one of the reasons why, but
No,
That's what you're asking me right now.
oh Lord,
that is how you identify someone who is married to somebody.
Oh my
When you see me, hold on.
God.
How would you know that I am married to this man if my name, no document in my house carries his name?
Why you?
Question.
There's a marriage certificate that
There
says
is
you
a
got married.
certificate.
so you be carrying your marriage
Marriage
certificate up and
certificate
down.
Why do you need to prove to anybody that you're married to somebody?
Oh
What if the
really?
document requires that? You're talking. Sorry.
That's-
For the
that's-
prenuptial agreement, let's assume that you did not drop your father's last name. And let's assume you went for a prenuptial agreement, whatever, and the man dies, and everything he has does not have your name on it.
You still don't get
You're not
this
understanding what you're
thing,
saying.
yeah?
You're not
Hold on now.
understanding.
What if the man? Hold on. What if
signing that paper,
Exactly.
you are not entitled to anything.
No, actually, it
No,
doesn't
no,
work
I'm
like
calling
that.
people around. What if?
You're
Precious,
not.
would you let me answer the question? Would you let me answer the question? Now, how do you sign a document that doesn't even have your name in it in the first place? Prenup, will, everything, whatever name it is you're going with that has your identity, like your identity cards
That's
and
what's
everything.
gonna pop up.
That is what you're actually signing with.
No, get my point.
Oh God.
I'm saying that. What if now you don't want to get the man's name? You want to keep your last name. You want to still be Hadassah Ajayi, right? And you wake up tomorrow, the man you're married to does not have your name too in his will. Everything that he has still has his name or has your children's name. How would you feel?
Possible.
Oh, it's not possible, but it's possible for you to keep your last name and not answer his father's name.
Please.
Would I drop?
This is an agreement between me and my husband. If I'm not taking his last name, we talked about it. So there's no way he's going to sign his will or whatever without adding my name.
And
Will I drop?
to answer this question,
Will I drop my husband's name?
to answer this
Would
question,
Will I love to drop my father's name, or will I drop my father's name? Yes, I will, and I can. Talking about
Because
prenup.
what is
Talking about, it's not because of anything.
Because
because
that's what people do.
because I want to, I choose to, and it's too much of trouble for me. My name, my father's name, then my husband's name. So what if I decide to pick or stick to my husband's first name and not his father's name? It's a whole lot of work. And secondly, talking about a prenup, for me, I'm not sure. I'm not cool with the idea of a prenup personally.
So you're saying you're not going to make
Personally, no, I'm not
don't wanna
going
make
to.
your own money?
I am not
Maybe
going
I need to address this from the top. I'm not against any woman who chooses or has chosen to keep her husband's
matter of
name.
choice.
It's your choice.
Yeah.
That's what she wants. that's who you want to be, that's fine. It's cool. It's absolutely all right. Now, to moving on. It's too much trouble, and also I think he said something else earlier. I can't even remember exactly what it is he said. But like, really, it's a choice. If she wants to, that's fine, no problem with it. But then again, it is not something that is a must. It doesn't make you any less.
Nobody said it's a must.
And please,
nobody said it's a must.
It is not that is not what I'm your. Let's not.
I'm just saying that nobody says it's a must. Everybody has a right to choose what they want.
That's the thing.
She made a statement of initially that the guy said, "Oh, you want to keep your last
How
name."
about you want to keep your how about a prenup? How do you feel about it?
Prenup.
Getting a prenup.
So if there's an option for you to choose that you have to pick one from these both options.
That's what
you
I'm
have
saying.
to pick one.
Why does there have to be a condition?
At the end of the day, no, it was not Adasa. At the end of the day, he made her see reasons why keeping her father's name is not
adding up to this.
Yeah, he made us see reasons why there's no point keeping her father's name. It's not just about talking about the prenups.
Okay.
So he just worried about like, okay, since
you get so he was trying to weigh both.
If you want a prenup, I still do not see the correlation between last name and prenup.
I don't.
Now, at the end of the
Believe
day,
me, there are some people that
if you want, please, let me land. If you want a prenup, I have to decide exactly if I'm going to bow to the condition. Like, why should there be a condition to us getting married? Like, okay, it's like saying you are actually bringing up it's a different thing if you're bringing up a prenup entirely, but you're bringing up the prenup because you want me to, just because I said I was keeping my father's name. Now, if you want a prenup, that's fine, bro. Bring your prenup. I'm not interested in your property.
It was a suggestion. The guy just chip it.
It was not.
It's
not about. I think he wasn't being petty. I don't think he was.
A day because Ajayi Hadassa is not ready
it
to
is
live
pettiness.
Thank you very much for watching Sweet Scoop. Don't forget to subscribe to Elegbete TV Radio and follow us on Twitter, Facebook, comment, drop, like, share, and do everything. We love it.
Yeah, we do.